Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Descent into Madness podcast. We have reached episode 10, 10 weeks of us sitting here rambling at each other about absolute fucking nonsense.
And cheese.
Cheese is included in the nonsense.
Of course.
Cheese is the nonsense.
Cheese is the nonsense.
What is your opinion on Cheese Whiz?
Cheese Whiz is actually good. Granted, I was raised on chicken and a biscuit and Cheese Whiz, so I have a very valuable opinion on it.
I could fuck up a can of Cheese Whiz, not gonna lie.
Everybody could.
I just had a disgusting thought that I don't know I want to say in 40 seconds into the podcast.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let's take a minute. Let's hear the weekly cheese fact first, and we'll see how that changes the outcome of this
the weekly
statement.
cheese fact?
I can't believe fucking encouraging it.
This weekly cheese fact comes to you from Italy. Did you know that there's a bank? Yes, a bank with money that is known as a cheese bank because it offers loans to farmers, and what the farmers do is they offer up their cheese as collateral, and that's because these farmers have Parmesan Reggiano, which is actually, if you didn't know, a very valuable cheese. And so the bank takes the cheese wheels as collateral for the loans, and they have special people that make sure the cheese is well kept. That way it doesn't lose value.
Does it accrue? The more
it does accrue some value, yeah, because it does
aging. Right. The cheese guard.
Cheese is going to be the next Bitcoin.
Quite frankly, I'm okay with that because unlike Bitcoin, cheese is edible, which makes it much more valuable to me.
I don't know. I bet if you tried hard enough, you could eat a Bitcoin.
I'm sure people have tried, but those people also aren't with us anymore.
Those people bought NFTs.
Yes.
We're going to come out right now. Fuck NFTs.
I love the tweet that goes around of the guy back in 2011 or something, went on Twitter and said, "Don't waste your money in buying Bitcoin. It's an absolute scam. Waste your time. You spend all this money and just no value goes up." And I mean, of course, after we had the big 2018 boom where it skyrocketed to 58,000 and still holding in the above 30,000 range pretty comfortably. This guy replied, he's like, "I wonder where this guy is at, and I wonder if he's even alive." And the guy just responds, "Alive but dead inside."
Alive but dead inside.
There's also how that it became the world's most expensive pizza, because back in the I think late 90s, early 2000s, this guy was mining Bitcoin and bought a large pepperoni pizza from Papa John's for about 13,000 Bitcoin, making that worth several millions in today's money, in today's Bitcoin value.
I remember that.
Yeah, it's like the same motherfuckers who are like, yeah, Baja Blast, new Mountain Dew flavor came out. Taco Bell only. Man, this is going to be dog shit. Now look at it. Everyone loves Baja Blast.
It's true.
Baja Blast does smack.
Does.
Baja Blast is just good. Top tier. You know what else is a really good Mountain Dew? That new one, the Mountain Dew Spark. That raspberry lemonade one.
Ooh, that's good. I do like the raspberry
I really
lemonade.
liked it the first time, and then haven't really liked it every other time I've tried it.
Really?
It was a heavy honeymoon phase, and then immediately died off for me.
I kind of agree with that. I mean, it's still good.
I fucking love it, dude. Lemonade's one of my favorite drinks of all time, and now you made raspberry lemonade Mountain Dew. I'm in.
Look, at least we can agree that Major Melon was a flop.
I never even had it.
It was their watermelon flavor one, and it's dog shit.
Didn't guess that it was the watermelon flavor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, what if it was
melon, like
melon
cantaloupe?
Yeah, cantaloupe.
Dude, cantaloupe flavored Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew, God.
Cantaloupe flavored anything. Dude, have you found anything besides a fucking cantaloupe that isn't flavored like cantaloupe.
Not even cantaloupes flavored like cantaloupe.
Dude, I love that picture floated around Instagram the other day. It's like cantaloupe sitting there in the fruit basket spreading its shit-ass flavor. Because, like, once you put stuff next to cantaloupe, everything tastes like cantaloupe.
So good though. I like cantaloupe. Fucking
No.
love it.
I could take it or leave it.
Cantaloupe and pineapple. If
Pineapple
we
slaps.
have those, I fucking demolish them. Like, it will not last.
Do you eat the rind of the pineapple?
I wish I could.
Weak. You are a weak-willed man.
Weak-willed mate. Excuse me, but I eat my McDonald's burgers with the peel.
With the peel.
Do you eat the cream filling in the Pringles? What? Or do you just eat it whole?
I'm concerned now.
So, I had an
You
idea.
can
It's obviously too
buy-
late.
Cantaloupe flavored. What is this?
What are you Googling?
He is.
It's a it's Monin Rock Melon Cantaloupe 1 liter 4-pack of just cantaloupe juice.
Oh.
I thought maybe it was an alcohol or something, or
But no,
what?
just
No,
cantaloupe
it's
juice?
just cantaloupe juice,
Yeah.
and this company sells it by the liters, and they're like
Well,
$12 a pop.
They found a niche
Jeez.
market, that's for sure.
Yeah, but like you can't
all
buy
your,
shit flavored cantaloupe. Like it's
needs.
cantaloupe extract, cantaloupe food flavoring concentrate. But
Like,
it's
I'm talking like,
there's
have you ever, you have watermelon, like, fucking suckers.
candy,
and-
suckers, sodas, anything like that. There is not.
Ever seen a
shit.
cantaloupe blank?
No.
No, you've always seen cantaloupe. You've
Like
never seen
dried cantaloupe. Like how you
Dried
get like those,
cantaloupe.
like how they dry fruits and put them in little bags.
Dude, I got dried
Freeze
mango
dried?
from the grocery store last night, and it was amazing. It slapped.
Yeah, there is nothing. Nothing can. You can get a cantaloupe
Hmm.
T-shirt.
Here's the question: cantaloupe or honeydew? Which ones do you prefer?
Cantaloupe. Honeydew is ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found a melon gummy flavored candy.
That one doesn't surprise me.
It just says melon.
So it's probably watermelon. Unless
Yeah.
it's just like the rinds of the melons.
Our new flavor, watermelon, but only the rind.
You know what is good?
Oh, dude, that would suck.
Candied
Oops,
orange.
all rind.
Candied what?
Orange.
Orange
Like
slices. and
candied
stuff like
orange
that.
peels.
I thought you
and
said
stuff.
orange chicken at first. I'm like,
No.
How do you? Oh my god!
No.
Because you candy bacon by just covering it in like syrup and letting it dry. So do you just like take it and pour like syrup over the top of the orange chicken and just ugh?
It's a gross thought. It is. You're sitting there with a box of it
orange
in your
chicken.
pocket. Like, because when I was a kid, I thought it was the coolest thing ever to sit there and get a box of candy, and it was perfect size to fit in your pocket. So you put that
Mhm.
some bitch in your pocket, and you could pull out a piece of candy anytime you wanted.
piece of orange chicken.
Piece of orange chicken, nice and fucking sticky in your fucking pocket. You just-
Oh yeah, dude, 100%.
yeah.
And it tastes fucking awful because it's like
Let me guess.
room temperature chicken that's stored in a
You-
container.
You were the kind of kid that would put a box of Milk Duds in his pocket during the summer, weren't you?
No, because fuck Milk Duds.
What? You don't? What?
No, because fuck
Oh,
Milk
that's
Duds.
upsetting to hear. Milk Duds are top
Okay,
tier.
I
I
like
like
Milk
Milk Duds.
I can understand not
but
liking them.
I
yeah.
hate how when you eat Milk Duds are now with you for the next 10 hours because they hold onto your teeth like a bunch of Siberian pirates.
They do. Also, Siberian
don't
pirates.
think
You mean
there's many
Somalian pirates?
No, I know
in
what I said.
Siberia.
Have you ever seen a Siberian man not run towards the fire, towards warmth? I don't think so.
Because you don't see Siberian men.
Exactly. Thank you for
You just
playing.
see one. You just see one
Thank you for
Siberian
playing.
man, and he's typically
One
hiding
Siberian. You can't tell what he is from a distance.
Oh, fuck, he was Syrian. He's got an RPG.
Oh, Jesus.
Wrong, Syrian. We meant Siberian.
Wrong S country. God damn it.
Syria, what a country.
What would a terrorism attack look like in Siberia? Someone with a fucking flamethrower just melting snow? Just
No, I think because of how cold it is, it'd be like the high schoolers who always wore a t-shirt and shorts to school no matter what, no matter if it was -3 degrees outside.
I bet I bet he's one of those kind of people that walks around with like a cup of water and dumps it down people's back. That's what he does. Instant death. You freeze immediately.
dude,
Yeah.
that would be awesome.
He walks around with a squirt gun.
Squirt gun filled with fucking isopropyl alcohol, so it doesn't melt, but it burns.
Yeah, sure.
God.
We're going back to pretty much a flamethrower, so maybe the flamethrower was the best option there.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I guess.
That just makes me think of when you whipped the shovel of water at me.
That was
Good.
awesome.
I'll let you tell that story.
Oh, but it's so much funnier from your perspective.
You want me to tell it?
Yes, you have to.
For those of you who don't know, Kane and I were on a robotics team in high school, and one day we were at a competition, and it was snowing out. So we had to load up our trailer to go home because we were at the ass end of the competition. And in the loading bay, there was, shovels, water, slush out, and all that. And while I'm, helping load up the trailer, I hear Kane say, "Hey, Michael, take a look at this." And I fucking turn around, and there he is standing with a shovel. He had grabbed a shovel that was sitting there and loaded it up with what he thought was just snow. But underneath the snow was nothing but ice cold water. To which I looked at him and I said, "What?" And he fucking whips this shovel, like trying to just get snow on me, and douses me from head to toe in freezing ice cold water.
It was so bad because it was like one of those big bucket shovels.
It was really funny to watch.
I think that you weren't even there, Chris.
Yes, I
It
was.
No, that was an FRC competition.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you weren't there.
No, because it was out back of the building. We all
No,
watched it happen. No, I was there.
When were you at FRC?
I went to a couple competitions.
Not with
I
me.
don't-
I've never
I
been to an
don't
FRC
recall that.
competition with you. You might be thinking of a different
I
time
don't
I did
think it
something
was-
to be a dick to someone else.
Yeah.
No, it was because you
probably.
picked up a shovel full. Unless you did this to Michael multiple times, I was definitely there for it.
I think it might also just be that we've told you the story enough.
No. I was there. I remember it.
No, you for
vividly.
real weren't, because
I for
the people
real
that were
was.
even down there, because there was only allowed 4 people per loading. It was Hurst, Erich, Michael, and I.
Yeah.
Then you did this again because I remember Michael
I highly
getting
believe it.
a bucket full of water from a shovel outside. It was like out in a parking lot.
I probably did it at the school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
then this
'cause we
happened
were,
repeat. You did this to Michael twice.
Yeah, because that
You
was
fucking
we were
deserved
in a like loading bay. Like
Oh,
it was
no.
it
When-
was a
Yeah, and
ramp.
It was outside at God, I can't remember where.
Oh, yeah,
but
this
no, it
one
was
was
out
in
in
a
the
loading bay.
parking lot. Cool. So viewers, he's done this to Michael twice.
He deserved it.
Oh, so if I remember correctly, it was
That was the
because,
worst one though. Was at the competition. That was the
Yeah,
worst.
well,
one.
it was because like Eric had come out to loading bay late, and I think I threw a snowball at him.
Yeah, and it started a little war.
Yeah, so because we were sitting there just kind of tossing snow at each other, waiting for them to give us clearance to load because they just didn't like us. I wonder why. And
Didn't
then
like
you
us.
were gonna get me with a shovel of snow, but instead it was just water.
Just the
And-
surface level was snow, and I had no idea.
And what
I
was
think
even
you definitely
funnier
did
was
this at an FTC competition too. And like after the competition was over and while loading the trailer, doused Michael with water.
it wouldn't surprise me.
No,
especially not that I don't remember, but um, because I remember as we were all walking out to the cars, Eric tried to get me by stuffing. He wanted to stuff a big ball of snow down my shirt, but I was so cold and like upset by
that it
that
just
point.
didn't matter.
Well, no, because he compressed it into a ball of ice, and he basically just stuck it on the nape of my neck and left it there. And he's like, "Oh, you're not like upset?" I was like, "Nah, it's kind of nice," and just kept walking.
Nah.
I didn't take it out or anything. I was fully intending to just leave it there for the entire car ride.
Nah, dog.
I just
I'm
remember
already
seeing
stoned.
all the other kids in that loading bay. Well, they were all starting to throw snow at each other, and they saw me do that to you and immediately stopped.
Yeah,
they're like, okay, if that's the boss, we're done playing.
yeah.
If that's how this ends, I'm done.
That was so
God,
awesome. Oh, dude.
Didn't Franz try and chew you out for that?
No.
I thought someone tried to chew you
I
out
might have
because
tried.
I
to
came back
laughing.
from the loading day soaking wet, and I think either no, they probably chewed me out because like if they saw me doing anything, it was always chewing me out.
No, they never got on me for it. Franz told me I probably shouldn't do that, and I said, what, you want me to do it to you?
It's not a threat, it's a promise.
I think they knew that anyone was a potential target, so they didn't try it. they tried everything to make sure I was on their good side.
Good lord, dude.
Yeah,
FRC.
I was an
FRC
evil
was a
man
time.
at competitions, dude.
I think one of my favorite FRC things that happened was Hirsch trying to get with the Turkish girls, and they wanted nothing to do with him. But you walked up and immediately they were interested.
Oh yeah.
So.
That's what happens when a quirked up white boy with a little bit of swagger walks up.
Don't say a quirked up white boy, dude. You just walked up and you started simping at me. You were like, hi, can I have your like?
Okay, it wasn't like that.
Snapchat
I
or
walked
some
up
shit?
there with my snap code on my phone and said, "Hey, y'all should add me on Snapchat." I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, it was that easy.
You know, it wasn't easy for you. That exact same competition.
Yeah.
Yeah. The media girl.
That was
Damn.
that was love at first sight.
And also disappointment at second sight.
And disappointment 8 hours later.
Yeah. Dude, I remember it so well because the first thing you did was you came up to me and you're like, Michael, you see that girl? Like, you were shy. And I was concerned. I was like, this is not normal. What is going on? Because you were like so infatuated with her. You're like, oh my god, dude, like she's perfect.
I was like, dude,
bro,
she's a baddie with a camera.
You the with a camera.
Someone else that has a camera.
and I was like, dude, you don't even know what I've gone through because that was the same competition as Apophis. Yes.
That's right.
Yes, dude.
Dude, that competition was nothing but fucking teenagers being horny.
And it was great.
That's all high school was, man. That was just an outlet away from the school building.
Oh man,
It's
dude,
really
that was
close.
such a good. That was the most fun competition. Was that one? That one was awesome. That or Heartland. I really liked Heartland. Oh man,
Yeah.
'cause that was
Heartland Regional. God.
dude. Wasn't that also the same one where we got the fucking boat and just destroyed it within 20 minutes of owning it?
No.
Or was that the next year?
That was no, because the one with Apophis was Cedar Rapids,
Yeah, no,
which
it was
was a
Cedar
completely
Falls.
different hotel.
I swore it was the same one.
No, because the Cedar Falls one was the one where we did all the face masks. If you were there for that one,
Yeah, I was.
yeah, that was a completely different hotel. Because the one with the boat was
I
the
swore
one
it was
where
the
we
same
watched
hotel.
Brocious pump iron. No, that was a different one.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I remember now. For some reason I thought it was the exact same hotel.
No.
Because the way I remembered is because like this one had a Perkins in the parking lot, but then the other one had an IHOP.
Yeah. The IHOP. Oh my god. I still love how we got chased.
You didn't get him at all. He got himself.
Yes, because of what we did.
What you guys even did? It wasn't even
for
that
context,
Oh God, I remember that shit ass awful prank. It was the dumbest thing ever. All they did was put
the
a little
disappointment.
napkin inside the lid of the pepper with
Oh
sugar.
no. We loaded that thing up. It was
And it didn't work.
It did work.
Barely.
So what had happened was we got to the IHOP well before everyone else.
It's like you remember I was sitting right next to him, right? Like we were at the same table.
Yeah. And so what had happened was we took our pepper shaker and the classic prank of you open the lid, put a napkin in there and like put salt or sugar on it. Well, we stuffed this bitch like well down there because the sides of it were like so covered with dust you couldn't see in there. And we loaded it up with salt and sugar, and I mean filled to the brim.
I feel like sugar counteracts it though.
I can't recall.
Would have been better doing like salt and pepper or
See,
something.
no matter what he's trying to
Because he
claim
wants
here, it didn't work as well as what he's saying. Because at first, he poured just a little bit of it, and immediately a bit of sugar came out, and then the rest of the salt, rest of the pepper started coming out because the napkin broke. And he's like, that's weird. And then freaking these three are over there on their table going,
No, you're remembering it wrong because what happened was he took it and he started trying to pepper one of his like 17 fucking eggs. And what had happened was
food.
He started to try and dump the pepper out and all of the salt came out onto his eggs and he just looked at him and went, "Oh." And then he went, "Oh well," and he just started like going at it again with the pepper. And so we were sitting there and we were like, that one egg is fucking ruined now. Because it was completely salted.
Okay, yeah, I remember that now. But that wasn't just the focus though, because you guys left after that. And you didn't see the 17-course meal that he fucking ordered.
Yeah, no.
Like, by accident, because he's an idiot.
Because I was listening like to when he ordered, and we were like, "Is he gonna stop?" And he just fucking kept going.
So like he seemed to not understand that when you're at IHOP, a lot of the meals come with like another meal / side. Like you get like this omelet, and you get like 3 pancakes with it, or you get stuff like that. And he didn't quite understand that. So what he wanted was he was going to order an omelet with some bacon and eggs and a side of pancakes. That's what he wanted. Those 3 items. But each of those items came with another 2 items. And so she's sitting there, and the lady was new. The waitress was brand new that got our table. Lord have mercy on her soul. We left her a fantastic tip just to deal with us. And sat there for didn't question him at all, obviously, because I think everyone else would have known what he wanted, because the way he stated it basically sounded like what he ordered his 3 things, and all the extra bits he wanted was all pancakes. And the funniest thing ever happened was when she brought out one omelet, which was way bigger than what he thought it was going to be. This omelet was fucking huge. Sat there, and then the lady brought out an entire tray of pancakes just for him. Sets them, and he's like, "Oh, okay." And then his pancakes come out that he ordered with a side of pancakes, and then his bacon and eggs come out with pancakes. So we're sitting here at this point, like, looking at each other. Everyone else was like, "Why the fuck do we even order food? It's on Chase tonight." Like, it's all these pancakes. And just bewildered. He's like, "Oh, I didn't mean to do that." Sat there, we got back to the room, and he's sitting there all night like, man, my stomach kind of hurts.
Ow,
We're
feels
like,
so
no
good.
shit. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. Just the atrocious amount of food, dude. And then
And to
back in the
to make
room.
things worse, we have this kind of track history with every IHOP we've ever been to. I made the cashier at one of them really really uncomfortable because my change came out exactly to a penny, and I dead ass looked her in the eyes and said, "I want my penny back." And like this went on for 5 minutes of her trying to convince me that I didn't need the penny, and when she finally handed me the penny, I said thanks, walked outside and tossed it on the ground, and just fucking left.
That's just being a dick.
It was,
Yeah, that's just kind of being
it
an
was
asshole.
so worth it to me though. Just to see the look on her face, like this guy is really asking for a penny. God.
I sat there and did. I don't even remember where we were. I think it was Perkins on the way to Missouri, Kansas City. And I just threw the lady for a loop because I put extra detail into everything that I ordered. I mean, all I did, like, what I ordered was a chicken fried steak skillet, came with a side of pancakes, and a chocolate milk. That's all I ordered. Simple order. But I sat there and described every detail of that skillet. I'm like, can you make sure, I want to get the chicken fried skillet, with the breadcrumbs, and, it has the steak that's kind of cooked like chicken, and, has the scrambled egg, and, also has some peppers, some onions, usually sauteed. Just kept going on. And then she
Why?
really got fed up with it when I said, oh yeah, and can I get the pancakes with the butter on the side? I don't know why that set her over the edge, and she said, all right, you're done. I have no idea why I did it. It was funny to see her reaction because it really wasn't that entertaining until she acted like an idiot. Oh, dude. I love torturing people, especially in places you're never going to go back.
Yeah. Dude, the it was at the was that a Perkins or was that like a Denny's that was in the fucking parking lot in Cedar Rapids or Cedar Falls?
It was another IHOP.
It was that an IHOP?
Yeah, it was. It was an
Because
IHOP.
that was just sitting there and convincing the teachers to do creamer shots.
Yep, I still have, because it was Chase Richards and I that started doing it first. I have a video of him going up to Bro, sitting down in front of him, not saying a word, and him and Smith look at each other and then look back at Chase and go, "What do you want?" And he just downs a creamer shot and then walks away, and he's just like, "What?" And the funniest part was we finally convinced them all to do it, and we're like, the waitress comes back around, "Hey, can we get more? We get more creamers?" She's like, "Oh yeah, sure," because a lot of us had coffee. She's like, yeah. And she's sitting there. It's like, yeah, these things are pretty good. So it's like some people are weird and just sit there and take them like shots. Like we all just sat there and looked at each other and just died. Like, oh, so you're not supposed to do that?
Yeah, weird, right?
Oh,
Like,
I
who would
dude,
do
I just
that?
remembered the
That was
boat.
when you had to sit next to Mr. Schmilly.
Yeah, dude. But the boat and the RC cars. We didn't have any tools on us inside the hotel,
No.
but we were all way too lazy to go and open the trailer and dig through that fucker to get any tools that were like left in there. Because we'd already taken all the tool carts to the
Because
competition.
didn't we
But
use my like debit card to unscrew the battery compartment?
no, we walked up to the desk to ask if they had any screwdrivers, and they looked so concerned because none of us could stop fucking laughing.
Oh yeah.
And I think they thought we were gonna like take the light sockets out of shit. And we looked at them and we were like, we need to borrow some screwdrivers. And so we walked up and they had this like dinky little half broken, like Harbor Freight box of screwdrivers. And we took them, like we took all the ports off to put the batteries in the RC carts and whatnot. and in the RC boat. And the RC boat was where it was at.
That poor
Because
boat. We
it took us-
destroyed it.
It took us all of about 5 minutes to
Not
destroy
even.
that fucking thing.
Dude, it was just me and you too. No one else
was.
got to enjoy that thing. It was just me and you.
We put the batteries in, we put it in the water, we were like, yeah, and we drove it around for a little bit, and I got into the pool and fucking ramped it over the side into the hot tub where
No,
it
you
did a
didn't explain it
full
right.
depth
You
burn.
got into the hot tub or not the hot tub, into the pool, and you said, "Hey, floor the throttle." Grabbed it, sat there spinning in circles, getting this thing built up with momentum, and then launched it in.
I even had the perfect like wave of my like
It was
fat-ass body.
fantastic. It could not have been done better.
Dude,
But it went
slid
flying
right
about
over
a
the
foot
table.
over the pool, smashed into the concrete, and then slid the rest of the way into the hot tub.
and none of you stopped it, so it like did a perfect nosedive straight down to the middle, and something in that hot tub fried it. Because after that, not only was one of the
Only
like,
goes
propellers,
left.
one of the props on the back broken, it wasn't taking controls from the remote anymore. It was just constant throttle.
It took suggestions is what it started taking.
Sometimes, yeah.
It took suggestions.
Well, because it wasn't like we could steer it anymore because
Nope,
the other
we
one
couldn't
was
steer it
gone.
no more.
And so what we did was we just ramped it back out of the hot tub into the pool and just left it. We figured, you know what? We'll grab it when we're like
Yeah,
leaving,
we'll let it die.
but we're just gonna leave it alone for now. And the poor boy and girl that got into the pool.
That just showed up. No,
Yeah.
not even robotics kids. They just showed up. We're just there trying to just enjoy their weekend for like their vacation or something. And we're just being tortured by this boat. It sat there and hunted them like a fucking shark because it could only turn left. And I don't know, it's something with the science in the water where every time they would move, it would pull it towards them. And so they're sitting there talking to
it
each
would
other in
get
the middle.
stuck at the stairs, and it would just do loops around the pole, and eventually it would pop out, and for some reason it would target them. And so they were sitting there trying to have this like cute little conversation. They're like nose to nose, and then you just hear wee, and you see this
Oh no,
little
it was so
fire.
much worse because that thing was busted all hell. It was like
It was.
it was awful.
To make things even worse, they kept thinking it was us, and we were not helping the situation by sitting there laughing like
Yeah.
fucking maniacs.
They sat there, didn't say, most polite people ever. Didn't say anything. They tried to stick it out like fucking troopers. And then they finally got out of the pool. We're walking over to, I think, say something to us because we were sitting there laughing so fucking hard. And then he saw that the remote was sitting 3 tables away and it was still going. So, then he just turned around and walked away.
Because to make things even worse, at one point I got out of the hot tub to get back in the pool for a little bit, and you know I could have gotten out of the hot tub like a normal human being, but no. Instead, I went to the side, fucking flopped my belly out onto the like concrete, and just started flopping like a seal, and like slid into the pool. No arms, no legs, just flopped in there, and just started swimming around by the boat. And, dude, they were so fucking upset.
Dude, they had no idea what to do. Just like the fucking cryptids show up just to sit here and torture them.
God, it was not their weekend.
And then that was the same one where we kept getting in trouble for the other team running around upstairs when we were downstairs.
No, because the boat was...
Oh, no, that was the year
The
before.
boat was Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah, because... So we were, like... It was mostly my room. Because we were Drum, Dusty, me, and someone else. George. I don't know why the fuck George was there. Or maybe it wasn't George.
It
All I
wasn't
know
George
is-
because he was never in an FRC competition when I went.
But there's a team on the 3rd floor of this hotel because this was Rapids. there's a team on the third floor, and they were sprinting up and down the hallway up there, making tons of noise. And my room just so happened to be like the wall of the lobby. And so they thought it was us making all the noise, and we were getting shit. So we like, and of course we were being a little rowdy. We were being a
'Cause you
little loud,
guys
and so
were
we figured, okay, yeah, it was us. We'll stop. So we all picked a spot, sat there, and we were quiet. And then they came back to us, and they were furious. The teachers were furious with us, and they're like, "You guys need to shut the fuck up," and blah blah blah. And we looked at them like with confusion because none of us had moved. And we were like, we have not, like, I was sitting there reading a book. Uh, Fucking Drum was sitting at the table doing like homework for AP Calculus or something. And like none of us had moved, and they got pissed at us when we said to them that we hadn't moved. And so we said, "Hey, we're gonna stay in these spots. We're gonna be absolutely quiet. If there's any more noise complaints, it's not us. Like that's all we can tell you." Sure enough, they came back and they were like ready to kick us out. They were ready to drive us back to Davenport. And we were sitting there like, we'll find out who's making the noise. And sure enough, I went up to the third floor and there was a team running around slamming doors. And I went down and I explained it to them, and they were not having it. And then the next morning, they apologized to us because they discovered, yes, it was the team on the third floor. And their apology was like, yeah, sorry for that.
yeah,
No,
because
you
we were
full
on the
on shoot
first
our asses
floor.
out.
We were on the first floor. It was drive team and coaches that was on the first floor. You guys were right above us, and then that team was so fucking loud we could hear them from the third floor.
Yeah. I wonder if they only like chewed us out because it was me in the room.
Nah, hard telling.
Yeah. All I can remember is they didn't like me for some reason.
Oh, dude, but me and you got into some weird, fucked up shit at competitions.
Oh,
Just
definitely.
tortured everyone else.
God.
Good times,
No,
good times.
greatest time for me, I think, was when I was the safety captain and I chewed Hirsch out at a competition.
Oh yeah, and you went power crazy.
Yeah. Well, no, because like,
No, you
dude,
didn't. You
there's
actually were in your right. It's just funny to say he went mad with
well,
power.
because there were safety judges like 2 pits down from us, and he was sitting on a tool bench while we were trying to fix the robot without his safety glasses on, and he was sitting there and he was like calling me a bitch. And I looked at him and I said, "If you don't put your safety glasses on, I will personally drive your ass home." And he eventually got out of the pits, and that was the only time I can remember in history that Franzenberg ever stood up for me. Because like, once we got back to the hotel, he chewed everyone out and told them to listen to me.
Yeah, I remember that one. So that was the last competition I was able to go to.
Yeah. It was the competition we went to Worlds from.
Fucking classic stories. Now, Topher, tell us something about your life. Be entertaining.
Huh?
Be entertaining.
Uh, you ever hear anything about that airplane food?
I thought you were gonna say, you ever hear a thing about the clown that hides from gay people?
I thought about it.
No.
No. I haven't seen him either.
Did you guys ever have that one thing that would get you all the time as a kid or something like that? They like your dad or someone would pull on you. Where like mine was always wasn't me so bad. It was my little brother that fell for it. It was flip a coin, heads I win, tails you lose. Fell for that for like 3 hours straight. Lost a lot of money.
That's fucking awful.
You
See,
guys
I
ever
was
have anything like
thinking,
that?
I was thinking you were gonna say that he would just like keep losing no matter what.
Mhm.
Like it was a two-sided coin or something. and that
No.
he just didn't understand what he was losing, but he got upset.
No, it was a lot simpler than that and a lot sadder. It was heads I win, tails you lose. I pulled that on Franz one time and he fucking fell for it. You're so casual about it.
I was
No
like, you
one
say it
realizes
fast and
what you're saying.
concise. Nobody realizes what they just did.
It's like, here, we'll flip a coin for it. Heads I win, tails you lose. Oh,
And then you
okay.
just flip the coin. Yeah, you just flip the coin.
Yeah, because there was also a time in robotics where I just had a quarter and I would fucking flip it for everyone. It wasn't like a win or lose kind of situation. It was just was having fun.
It was just this dude that crept around with a coin. It was his one coin. He was going to go down and get a jawbreaker with the other Ed boys.
Yeah.
The Ed boys.
The Ed boys. It is the hammer of discipline.
In Ed, Ed and Eddie, I'm either the guy with plank or the fucking farm boy.
Ralph.
Yeah,
Rolf.
Ralph.
That was Rolf. That was
Yeah,
like
it's
R-O-L-F.
It's
like
Rolf, I think.
The sheep farmer.
I think they all pronounced it differently. I think it was technically
probably.
Rolf, but like someone said Ralph. But he's the one that, it is the hammer of discipline. Do you live in a cave? It just fucking whacks him with this hammer.
With the fucking tractor and everything.
Yep. Dude, cartoons were just so much fucking better back then.
They were.
100%.
They really truly were.
Dumbass animation and art style today, dude. Literally, you couldn't, if you didn't know the plots of any show, you could not tell the difference between any different show by art style.
But yeah, nowadays definitely couldn't.
Like, it's just impossible. It's so sad.
Bring back the good shows, and I don't mean like reanimate them and rewrite the story. No, I just mean just bring them back.
Bring back the talent. Bring back the creativity.
Yeah.
So I watched this movie. It's called oh shit. Now I can't think what it's called.
You fuck.
I think it's the Hestons versus the Machine, something like that, on Netflix.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
That's got a really good animation to it. Very
Yeah.
fun to watch. But like, and because I was watching this video on it this morning about how, you know, basically they got done wrong because of what won the animation art in the Grammys. And because, I mean, it was, it's that Pixar, like Coco or something like that. The new Pixar show.
Coco.
Like, it's not a bad looking show, but like, dude, I'm so tired of seeing the exact same fucking animation Pixar art style. Pixar used to be known for doing this out of this world different stuff with their animation. And now everything is copying them and they're copying everyone else. And it's stupid. I hate it. It's basically ever since Illumination came out with the fucking Despicable Me. And that blew up because that is the laziest animation style. Because everything's a perfect round shape. Nothing has detail to it.
But Minion Banamba.
Yeah. Yeah. Counter argument. Banana.
Counter
It's
argument,
mostly
I'm going to
just
fucking
Facebook
suck a
memes.
minion off and then spit its lube juice in your face.
The lube juice.
That statement was fucking horrendous.
Good lord. Do you know where the Minions were in 1940? In the 1940s. Do you know
Weren't
where
they
they were?
helping Hitler?
No. They fixed that in Minion canon that they were like stuck in the Arctic Circle, and so they inadvertently made it so that they couldn't help Hitler because they 100% would have.
They definitely
100%.
Yeah.
I was like, because didn't they go around and try to find everyone that was the most evil?
The evilest
Yes.
human being on the planet. Yep. And so like around that time they're like, "Oh, they got stuck in the Arctic." So we don't have to go, "Hey, they helped Hitler kill the Jews."
Yeah,
Well,
you know
you
the
see-
Holocaust? That was caused by the Minions.
The Minions.
I think they should have done it. I would have been so impressed, and I would take every bad thing back about the Minions if they had the
Easily.
cojones to say that the Minions were in the Holocaust because they helped the most evil person.
Well, see, I think it's all
But
a
it's a
lie. I
kid's
think it's a
movie.
cover-up. I think they weren't in that cave. I think they went to the cave afterwards.
See, but also, did you know
Because
that?
why else would Hitler have killed himself if he wasn't around the fucking minions?
That's true. That is a very good point.
Yeah,
Hitler killed himself for a reason, and it probably was
Wasn't
the
because he
minions.
Wasn't because he was losing the war. It was because the minions were there.
fucking minions.
He couldn't hear
Fucking
one more
Kevin.
banana.
Banana.
But
He
dude,
lost the
it's
import
like,
of bananas.
You know
they
that
started-
the Ghostbusters back when it came out was considered a kids movie, and there's ghost
Oh, it was.
blowjobs in that show.
You mean
that
Ghost
movie's
Job?
again. That movie's a lot older than Despicable Me.
I'm saying how shit society has gotten. I think they should have had the fucking balls to do it. You know how much a movie company would be respected for just having the balls to say "fuck you," get offended,
That's
and watch
the
our
thing,
movie.
though. Movie companies aren't out here to have balls. They are out here to make money from people having
Okay,
to take their
but
kids
now
to go
we're
see
at
the
this
Minion
point to
movie
where
in
if
the
one
theater.
movie company comes out and says, "This is what we're doing," and we don't give a fuck, they're gonna make so much money. Why do you think Quentin Tarantino is so successful? He has released like 7 movies in the past 20 years, as opposed to all these other directors that have like 3 movies a year.
That's because every movie Quentin Tarantino releases is fucking top tier gold.
And it's a masterpiece because, and he doesn't give a fuck.
What was his last movie?
I think it was Django Unchained.
Which is fucking top tier.
That
If I
movie's
remember
fantastic.
correctly, he did the Kill Bills, didn't he?
Yeah, he did Kill Bill.
Both of the Kill Bills.
He did
Top
Pulp
tier,
Fiction.
S tier films. Pulp Fiction. Oh, you can't get any better.
Dude, yeah, Quentin Tarantino is the best actor. Or not actor, director.
Best actor.
was the best actor. He was in all those movies.
But I mean, he
The
also
main role.
hasn't made a movie since what? Trying
Since
to think.
2014. Because people
No,
start
didn't he make a
being
newer
bitches.
one?
But you know
No,
what?
he directed It was some fucking
the last
Hollywood movie.
The
Quentin
next time he comes out with a
Tarantino.
movie, though,
It
it's
had
gotta be
fucking
good.
Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt in it. That's all I remember. I don't even think I
Oh,
watched
Wolf of
it.
Wall Street.
which is also a good movie.
Did he make Wolf of Wall Street?
There's also, it
Quentin
says the
Tarantino?
last movie that he said it was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh,
He-
hold on. I
he
looked up. He
directed
also
that?
made Ennio in Ennio. He had a documentary musical in 2021.
Yeah, the
That
the
was
most
also
recent
rated pretty
movie
good.
is The Hateful
like,
Eight
actual-
that he made. I think. Oh, nope, it was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yep, that was 2019.
Regardless-
Which is still pretty well received.
regardless,
I've never
he's a-
seen it.
I haven't even
I
heard of
would
it.
hear-
I
I
want
heard
to watch it
about
now
it.
just because it's a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Yeah, just because it's a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Yeah.
But before that, it was like 2015.
Yeah, it was
All these
Django
other
Unchained.
studios are reaping money from. Well, no, 2015 was The Hateful Eight.
Oh, yeah.
Django Unchained was
2012.
12. Yep.
Legends, all of them.
Legends.
See how, like,
Yeah,
one
Glorious Bastards, Kill
man,
Bill.
one man can release a movie and have it be a guaranteed banger. And what's the commonality between all of them? That he doesn't give a shit about what people think, what's in the movie. He
Again,
holds
but
it.
look, he hasn't made one of those movies for a while. Movies where he doesn't give a fuck. They're.
Since
at least from what I can
2019,
tell.
I bet the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is pretty.
I
out
wonder
there.
if it is. I have no idea what it's about.
I'll have to watch it and report back
think
next week.
Report
think
back
it's
next week.
Semi weird. It's not like super. out
Most
there.
Quentin Tarantino movies are
Yeah.
like they're
Right.
usually pretty out.
But
there.
otherwise, he made
Well, I mean-
looks like like 2 documentaries about his time in the film business, and then this other one
But I think he said he's really
about an
done
Italian
making movies.
composer.
He just doesn't really want to do it anymore. He got his movies out there, and he said that he will. Like, he's just. I saw some interview that he said, like, basically he's tired of everybody just ragging on his movies because they're offended instead of just enjoying the movies. And he said, he's like,
Right.
because it's never stopped him from releasing a movie, but he's like, it's just annoying. So I'm just not going to do it anymore.
Which
Yeah,
I
'cause-
think is why that if some of these movies were released now instead of back in 2012, 2009. I don't think they do as well because a lot of the population will just get angry about it instead.
I think it'll do better than what you think. I think because honestly, the population that gets super pissy with all that stuff is in general a big minority. They're just a very loud minority.
They are pretty loud.
Yeah, because
I think like if Quentin Tarantino would release like a similar to like Django Unchained, one of the most controversial movies of last decade today, it would do exceptionally well because of everyone else basically like me in the mindset, especially around here in the blue collar Midwest. Like everyone kind of has the similar thing of like, we're fucking tired of all this woke culture shit. Everything having to do this way. Let's just do a good old fashioned movie that doesn't give a fuck. It's here to be what it wants to be.
Because the biggest thing nowadays is there's too much representation of like, and I'm not saying that representation of a minority group is a bad thing, but it's being forced.
Yeah,
It's
it's
when
like
it's
there's a
strong-armed.
difference. Like I was
Like,
watching.
I'm all for people being represented and people having their time in the spotlight. But when you're forcing it and you're like, well, we picked this person because of this, not because of their
acting skills,
their
the
acting
ability to
skill.
play the certain role. They're just like, hey, we just jammed this person because they're different.
Yeah, it's not like they're going to do a bad job because they're, this, that, or the other thing. But you're overlooking people that could do a better job simply because you want to represent.
Because you want to tick a box is honestly what it is.
Yeah.
Because at
It's a
the end of the
box
day,
tick.
even
A
though
good movie's a good
society
movie.
is moved that way, which is good. I'm not saying it's not a horrible thing to have representation. But it's so forced now because of that's what sells, that if it didn't sell as much as what it does, they wouldn't give two fucks. They would just hire who was right for the job. And the issue is, like, I was watching this show Sunday with my mom. She was watching this other show she was finishing up when I had to do laundry. So I was there for the last bit of it. And my dad pointed out, because I wasn't paying attention to it, he's like, fuck this. I'm so tired of this woke culture shit. There's this character, this like 5-year-old little boy that they made a huge part of this show to emphasize that little boy is gay.
Why?
And he's like 5 years old. And it had nothing to do with the rest of the show. Like, okay, I'm okay. Like, honestly, you know how all right I would be? Ignore the background. You have to play with the game a little bit. Play the game a little bit. If John Wick came out and we didn't have the established that he lost his wife, still the same movie, but like say instead of his wife, he lost his husband. If John Wick was gay, that would not change the movie at all. And I think that's the way of like decent representation. Not make that the focus, not make it like a big plot point that he would be gay. Make it part of their character, but don't make it their sole focus of their character.
Yeah, the primary purpose of John Wick is John Wick shooting a bunch of guys in cool action scenes. And not, look, he's gay. Woo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
like, and
makes me
not that
think
John
of,
Wick has any issues, because the John Wick movies is one of my favorite movies of all time. It took me way too long to see them. I finally saw them all for the first time last year. And
You still haven't seen Indiana Jones movies, have you?
I've seen all of them.
Okay, what one
John
was it?
Wick
I know you haven't
is
seen
so
Star
much
Wars.
better than Indiana Jones. I'm sorry.
No, I'm
to
not
break your
comparing
heart.
the two. I'm not comparing the two. I'm trying to think which of those classic series you haven't seen. I thought it
Star
was
Wars is one of them. I haven't seen any of the Star Wars movies.
Pretty
Most
much
of them
watched
I've
3,
seen.
4, and 5. Or no, not 3, 4, and 5. 4, 5, and 6.
Most
leave it
classic
there.
movies I have seen.
Okay.
The Expendables is a really good one. A little bit older than John Wick, but not that
Speaking
old.
of Star Wars, we're all on board with the fact that the prequels were worse, right?
I like the third one.
Are you thinking 1, 2, 3?
Yeah.
I like them.
Yeah, they're not bad movies, but it's definitely original trilogy.
The original trilogy is the all-time classic.
4, 5, and 6, baby. Like,
But I never diss 1, 2, 3. The people that diss 1, 2, and 3 because they compare them to 4, 5, 6, like, fuck
yeah,
off.
like yes, they're worse movies compared to 4, 5, and 6, but they're not bad movies. They're good movies. They're just not as good. All right, wanted to make sure we were on the same topic there before we continued with the movie.
The
Yeah,
only
well-
Star Wars movie I've really seen was the third and was 3. Don't remember much of it because I only watched that as a very little kid and was sitting there playing with toys the whole time. And then I saw New Hope when that came out in theaters, like in 2016.
I own them all. I'll bring them.
I'm down to watch them. It's just going to be like a massive undertaking.
Yeah. One last thing before I get a move on here because I gotta get going. Sorry to leave y'all early,
No, we're coming up on an hour,
But,
so we're right on time.
but there's this one more forced kind of representation thing. And it was from a Crunchyroll original, like they call it an anime. It hurts to call it an anime, but it's called High Guardian Spice. And the
Western anime?
yeah, cartoon at that, even if you could call it that. Among other problems, it was highly noted as the worst piece of shit to have come out, almost of all time. And one of the things is there's an episode where they literally talk about magical hormone therapies in the show because the main director was a trans male who wanted to basically put themselves in. And it goes complete, like, they have this storyline where they're talking about the character's mother, and they take, I shit you not, like 40 seconds out of that story to talk about how the character is transgender and that they take magical HRTs.
Oh, I remember
and then they
seeing
go-
that clip.
And then they go straight back to the mother story. It's like you really just took this story part, cut it open, and stuffed it right in the middle.
Of something that just did not
Like,
matter.
There are so many better ways that you could have explained that, but it has no prevalence on the character. It has nothing on how the character is done, how well the character cooperates with everyone. You're just being like, haha, character trans. This is good.
See, I think the best way to do stuff like that is the ending, and I know this was like in the Avatar universe, this is like the most hated show. It's The Legend of Korra. The last episode of The Legend of Korra, there was no focus on it at all during the whole show. And this other girl that was part of the Avatar group was named Asami. And at the very end of the show, the last scene is showing them holding hands and ends just with a kiss. And then it ends. I'm like, that's how you show that, like, okay, this is what this character is and such. Like,
Because then you can look back at other scenes and go, hey,
yeah,
maybe things you didn't pick up before.
and
They don't have to be in your face.
There's no like literal episode where it's all about like Korra saying, "Yeah, I'm lesbian. What about it?"
Yeah.
Yeah, what about it?
Or they have that one character that's ew, gross, and they make like it a big issue, and then they're like, "Well, we don't care," and it's supposed to be like a big power moment.
Oh yeah, and then at the end they come around and say, "Oh, I guess I was wrong."
Yeah. Pasta fazool, I am a fool.
I am a fool.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll wrap it up here. We're hitting right on the hour mark. Michael has to go to work because he is a big man, and big man has to work. So
Overtime, 11-hour shift.
we're going to go ahead and wrap that up here right on the hour mark. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any topic suggestions for the next episode, please let us know in the comment section down below. Next episode, I want to talk about what we were originally going to talk about, what Chris and I said at work. Next episode, I want to talk some like D&D stuff about possibly doing a like every 5 episode special of like a D&D podcast, something like that.
Support the cheese
So to make
button.
sure you guys don't miss that, make sure you click that bell icon down below and hit that red subscribe button so you'll always be notified of when we upload.
Or
Every new
don't.
subscriber we get, Topher gets 1 punch in the eye.
Ooh, can I punch him?
Yes.
Sweet.
All right, so there's your encouragement. Go ahead and subscribe, and we will catch you all in the next one.